From our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Funding for a notorious stretch of road and bolstering the workforce in key industries are being promised for Tasmania by the major parties ahead of next week's election. Labor also spruiking its commitment to make TAFE free, while the coalition is drawing up plans for new technical colleges.
St Mary's Pass is a vital transport link for East Coast tourism and essential services, but it's notorious for being prone to harsh weather events, a problem the Break-A-Day Mayor is all too familiar with.
If we have an economic downturn because the pass has been closed, whether it's fire, flood, landslips, we are actually totally isolated from a lot of services.
The coalition pledging $10 million to upgrade the road and start planning on a new one.
We want a permanent fix for the residents of the East Coast as well as for the economic viability of the East Coast.
It's a start in the right direction.
But Labor claims the opposition's playing catch-up on their announcement from March 4, with funding allocated in the recent budget.
Not at all. So what Labor have actually announced is around upgrading the road. We're actually, as I said, looking at an alternate route.
Labor also trumpeting its fee-free TAFE policy, which Clark candidate Heidi Heck says changed her life.
Getting to go to free TAFE and having the ability to do that gave me confidence I'd never had before and brought me back into the community, which I'd previously been fairly isolated from.
The party saying it complements their new $78 million investment to fast-track trade courses nationally.
So that we can get people trained in shorter time than the usual 4-year apprenticeships. This is significant, particularly in those trades that are required to build homes.
The Liberals backing in their plans for 12 technical colleges, including one in Tasmania, among other initiatives, in a bid to bolster the trades workforce.
We've also committed $12,000 to businesses to help them actually employ apprentices.
Anthony Dodd, 7 Tasmania News.
Police in the south of the state have seized 45 guns, 8 silencers and illicit substances in the past month. The haul part of an ongoing operation against gun crime, with 12 people charged with firearm offences. Authorities warn the search isn't over as they continue to target Tasmanians possessing dangerous weapons and drugs. It's a daring voyage across the ocean. Only 2 others have attempted, and Greg Weir is looking to be the third. The British captain stopping in Hobart to repair his yacht before he sets sail for the notorious Cape Horn headland later this year.
Apparently, you still can't get out of doing washing, even when sailing around the world.
So at the moment it's just drying out the boat. It's a mess. This always happens. It's all organised while I'm sailing, and then when I get ashore it becomes a workshop.
Greg Weir is currently in the midst of his solo, unassisted circumnavigation of the globe on his small yacht, the Hummingbird.
Past Cape Learn, it's time for my deserved shave.
Starting back in July last year, he planned to sail without stopping, but was forced to moor in South Africa for repairs.
Sorry, I've been missing in action. I've been trying to get south after going north to avoid some cyclones.
There are only 2 others that have done it, and for good reason. You're not meant to be taking boats that small around the ocean, especially the southern ocean.
After some challenging months at sea, he's now arrived in Hobart. Despite the dangers of the ocean, Greg says he often doesn't have much time to worry about not making it back safely.
It's working out what might go wrong and then working out what my course of action is before it's worrying about the boat not making it.
Greg says he'd leave in the next week if he could, but he's expected to remain at the Royal Yacht Club until later this year.
Go and depart from Hobart in end of October, start of November, and then go back around Cape Horn and back to the UK in the summer months.
He's even got a film crew documenting his journey through a series of videos taken at sea. Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
5 people have been charged with burglary and stealing after an alleged robbery at a supermarket in Brighton early this morning. Police say offenders forced entry into the IGA on Brighton Road around 2:30 a.m. and stole tobacco and cigarettes. Officers have since retrieved the items and would like to speak with anyone who saw a silver Nissan X-Trail in the area around that time. More cost of living relief is on its way for Tasmanian veterans with a new partnership formed to help at the Bowser this Anzac Day. The RSL advocating for more discounts in the future.
Those who once served our country can often feel forgotten after returning to Australia.
Veterans do feel invisible, and that's something we all need to be mindful of.
A new partnership is hoping to give Tasmanian veterans a helping hand at the pump.
4 cents a litre discount to the member when they come and fill up, and then there's a 1 cent rebate given to the RSL.
It's a small gesture with a big meaning.
At recognition, so knowing that your service is being valued and then supported as well.
Veteran Hub set to receive some funds from the deal, those dollars going straight back to those who need it most.
So not only will it support our members with day-to-day fuel discounts, it'll also support Veteran Hub in day-to-day services that we deliver.
The program going even further on Anzac Day, the discount set to double to 8 cents a litre.
If you want the discount, jump on board and become an RSL member.
The 3-year initiative is the first of its kind for the state. The RSL hoping many of its 17,000 Tasmanian members take advantage where possible.
I'm finding there's a lot more, again, support and understanding for the community that may not have been there 20 years ago when I joined, so that's good to see.
Members can claim their discount via email. Billy Gibbons, 7 Tasmanian News.
The Greens are demanding something be done immediately to save the Great Southern Reef, launching a $230 million plan in the lead up to the federal election. They're calling for urgent action to address dwindling kelp forests and the growing problem of the long-spined sea urchin, which they say threatens local industry.
It's been estimated we've lost up to 30% of our reefs, not just the giant kelp forests. Everything that lives on this reef is disappearing because of these invaders. They eat everything.
The Greens say catching and selling the urchins to overseas markets where they are in high demand could create more jobs here at home. Hobart has long been thought of as the state's conference capital, but now another city is ready to claim that title. A new study has found Launceston is primed as a perfect candidate, as long as it can make the most of the opportunities on offer.
It's a conference centre call Launceston businesses have been making for years. Now the proof is in the pudding.
This is not small bickies. This has the real potential to really be a game changer for northern Tasmania.
A new study identifying 3 scenarios. 1, maintain the status quo. 2, upgrade existing facilities. Or 3, and top of the wish list, develop a new purpose-built 550-person convention centre.
Scenario 2 would bring $22 million into the local economy, and Scenario 3 sees up to $28 million.
We can't rest on our laurels in northern Tasmania. We want to grow the pie so everyone benefits.
The brains behind the report say the numbers stack up and the benefits go far beyond the conference doors.
Business event delegates are high yielding, so they are the highest yielding delegate in the visitor economy, spending on average $1,100 per day.
The task now, cross-industry collaboration.
We need to work together to work on increasing hotel rooms, increasing catering supplies, transport, looking at better airline routes.
And with the federal election checkbooks open, these stakeholders want their funding share.
Wonderful opportunity for a party and or a candidate to come forward and finally make what's been talked about for the best part of 10 years a reality.
Victoria Riso, 7 Tasmanian News.
The search for a mystery lotto winner in Tasmania is over after Kings Meadows man came forward to claim $250,000. He was one of 20 Division 1 winners from last Saturday's $5 million Tats Lotto draw. The retiree says he found out while checking his ticket during a Sunday morning cup of coffee, but kept the windfall under wraps until now. The lot says 6 Tasmanians have had major prize wins so far this year, totalling $1.7 million. As Australia's 3rd oldest city, Launceston has its fair share of long-tenured businesses, and now a new program is hoping to showcase them. Lonnie Longstanders aims to put the spotlight on those establishments and find out what makes them successful.
Stillwater has been part of the fabric of Launceston for over 2 decades.
Stillwater's celebrating 25 years this year, which we're so proud to be
I guess, the second generation of the first iteration of when the founders began Stillwater in 2000.
From humble beginnings on the site of Richie's Mill, the restaurant is one of many local businesses that stood the test of time. A new program by the marketing agency representing CBD businesses hopes to showcase establishments that are over 10 years old.
And so we put an expression of interest out and we had so many responses. So what started as a small campaign then snowballed into what is now the Lonnie Longstanders campaign.
The campaign will include articles about featured businesses, a dedicated website and window decals promoting longevity, along with a special networking event held at the Boathouse Centre.
So I think it's encouraging when a lot of those more established businesses can speak to those more newer businesses and give them advice, encouragement.
Over 50 businesses have so far signed up for the program, with organisers hoping more will jump on board. As for Stillwater, its co-owner hopes her enterprise will be an inspiration for others wanting to replicate its success.
I think for us it ultimately boils down to really believing in your product and investing in your team.
More information can be found on the Lonnie Longstanders website. Mark Zita, 7 Tasmania News.
The Demons are hoping to break the Bombers' winning streak in round 4 of the SFL, which falls on Anzac Day. North Hobart's expecting a challenge following a tough loss to Clarence last week.
Looking to play our brand, but we have to respect our opposition. They're a great side. They've got some really good players across each line, so we're going to have to show them enormous amount of respect.
It'll be the Premier League women running out first though. The Demons side unbeaten so far with 3 wins on the trot.
Yeah, it's really exciting to be able to play on Anzac Day. Obviously, it's a big day of footy across the country, and playing at North Hobart will be special as well, and hopefully a few people come along.
The action kicks off at North Hobart Oval from 12 on Friday. The Hobart Chargers are calling in a familiar face, signing Jack Jumpers guard Anthony Drimmick as an injury replacement player. It's after William Cranston-Loud went down with an ankle injury in round 2 that's expected to keep him sidelined for up to 8 weeks.
With his leadership and his experience, he can bring a lot to the team, not just his scoring, but you know, his knowledge of the game and his ability to play at his speed.
The backup arrives just in time for this weekend's double header, facing Keilor on Friday and Geelong on Saturday. Winless and at the bottom, it's an uphill battle for the Tornadoes against ladder leaders Geelong United on Friday, but there's a big in who knows the opponents all too well. Killy Froling is back from injury and Opal's duties just in time to face her WNBL side.
She knows these players inside out, and if anyone is going to help get the win, it would be her.
To round out the double header against the injury-plagued Keilor on Saturday. Well, Mac Giuliani pulled off a major comeback at the Australian Open Championships in Brisbane last night. In 5th place after the first 50 metres of the 200 freestyle final, the Tasmanian swimmer used all his might to take gold.
Building that third 50 and then giving everything I had left on that last 50, which wasn't much, but I mean, to come away with a win that time's pretty average, but I mean, it's a win, so I can't complain.
He completed the race in 1 minute and 43 seconds. And Tasmanian Yacht Alive has crossed the finish line as the quickest boat in this year's Melbourne to Osaka race. Operated by skipper Duncan Hine and crewman Glenn Myler, the vessel recorded the fastest journey time but missed the race record by about 2 days. It was the last boat to set off in a staggered start from Melbourne last month. Great to see a Tassie boat doing well on the international stage, Kim.
Yeah, how good is that? Thanks, Vic. Well, Peter Murphy will join us after the break with the weather forecast.
Good evening. Hobart a bit warmer today, posting 19 degrees, Launceston 20, Devonport 17 and Burnie 18. King Island the top, 21 after Lyowini posted the low of -2. Most maximum temperatures near or just above average. Bushy Park 20, lots of 19s on the board, including Strawn, Grove, Lowhead, Smithton and Flinders Island. St Helens a high of 18. Areas of morning fog did clear today to a mostly sunny afternoon, apart from a patch or two over southern areas and also the west and northeast. Not much to worry about there. Onshore Onshore winds brought cloud to coastal New South Wales and eastern Victoria. Showers and storms are over Cape York and through to the top end, and a cold front has that cloud over southern WA. And that cold front and low pressure zone will start to track over the Bight, heading our way to bring a showery weekend for most of the state. The high moves further off to the east. Northeast winds tending northwest tomorrow afternoon at 10 to 20 knots. That's over northern waters, but we'll get 30 knot winds over the rest of the coastline, 3 metre swells in the south. And we have a strong wind warning for waters south of Wineglass Bay and around to Sandy Cape. Hobart tomorrow, a high of 23 and mostly sunny. 23 for Cygnet, bit of cloud but fine for New Norfolk, and 24 degrees. Launceston, 8 overnight, showers increasing later in the day, 21 the top, 20 for Devonport, a shower or two for Campbelltown, 4 overnight, a high of 19, 19 also for Burnie with a shower, Strawn a shower or two and 22, and 21 the top for Smithton. St Helens tomorrow, a high of 21 degrees with showers easing, bit of cloud over Swansea, 8 overnight, 23 the maximum and 20 for Fingal. Now things start to change on Friday as showers start over most parts with west northwesterly winds. Showers on Saturday mainly over the west and northeast, and on Sunday showers over the west extending to southern areas in the afternoon. An early shower as that system moves on from Perth tomorrow, sunny and 26 in Adelaide and Melbourne, a shower or two forecast for Sydney, showers and 25 in Brisbane, but a sunny 33 in Darwin. Clear at the moment in Hobart, 14 in Launceston and 14 in Devonport. Kim, fine weather is great for the last couple of weeks, but I tell you what, we need some rain. Might be here with us on the weekend.
We sure do. Thank you, Murphs. And that is all your news for now. We'll be back later with updates. Thanks for joining us. Good night.